appear. Just a second. Let's have on posts. It would be appear in front end. Yeah. Even you can choose like edit. Now see this. I guess yeah. See, hi, I am Xer. Okay. So whenever you post any excerpt, so it will give a brief description of your blog, and excerpt should be a summary of your blog, not just the content of the blog, so that people can drive to that blog and they will know like what exactly in this blog. So this is excerpt. Any other question? By default, sometimes excerpt consider as meta description also, but you can choose to appear that meta description separately also. Okay. Actually every builder has their like separate code and separate system. So whenever you shift from Gutenberg builder to Elementor, there will be some element which get disturbed. So either you have to create those elements with Elementor builder separately, or you should create the like entire layout with using Elementor also. It is not suggestible to change the builder of a website in between. Either you choose Gutenberg for the entire website, or you choose Elementor for the entire website. Any other question? Okay, then thank you everyone. You have been lovely audience. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Is it working? Mine's on. Is yours work? Okay. Thank you, Mayank Kumar, for a wonderful session. So we'll now be starting off with our second workshop for the session. So it's about, the topic is let's start contributing to WordPress. So from code contributions to documentation, design, community building, and more, you'll explore various venues where you can apply your skills and expertise. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, the workshop will provide a roadmap for anyone interested in contributing to the vibrant WordPress ecosystem. So this session, joining the session will be Suresha N and Kinjal Dalwadi, and we'll be embarking on an exciting journey of giving back to the WordPress community and making a positive impact together. So don't miss this opportunity to learn, connect, and be a part of the WordPress open source movement. So let me start by introducing.
He has honed his skills in crafting captivating online experiences that leave a lasting impression. Beyond his professional pursuits, Suresha is actively involved in the WordPress community, having spoken at prestigious events such as WordCamp IN and WordFest. His contributions as a WordPress translation contributor have helped make the platform more accessible and inclusive for users worldwide. Moreover, Mr. Suresha possesses a knack for data analysis and automation, leveraging tools like MS Excel and Google Sheets to derive valuable insights and streamline processes. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah. No, I asked whether I'm audible. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. How come I lost my internet connection? How many of you are with your laptops? Okay. Without laptop also you can through your mobiles. No internet. No. Yes. No, I'm using mine. No, it's not asking password, but. Yeah. Just to give introduction, I have prepared a few slides where you can contribute. My previous session, those who attended know something about how to get into WordPress. But here, I'm taking you to how to contribute to WordPress, because it's a open source, and if we are getting something from open source, and we have to give it back to open source. So let me go through this. Okay, my today's topic, as you all know, and even with the schedule, you know that let's start contributing to WordPress. If we want to contribute to WordPress, in what way we can contribute? There are many ways, before that, she introduced, thank you for introducing us. So my introduction is there. And this is also I didn't do. Okay, let's dive into exciting world of open source collaboration and community driven development. Why to contribute? Contributing to WordPress goes beyond your personal benefits. As it is open source, you may not get monetary benefit immediately by doing something to WordPress, right? It's all about making an impact. And simultaneously, you can enhance your skills while working on a real-world projects. Help millions of WordPress users by shaping the platform's evolution. Connect with a diverse and passionate community of WordPress enthusiasts. While attending to this WordCamp, by now you might have met so many people and spoke many things. Apart from your personal introduction, many things about WordPress, and those who don't know what WordPress is and how you can contribute into, everything you might have discussed with each other. If not, definitely you are going to do after this session. Learn from experienced contributors, mentors, and experts. There are many contributors here. There are many people who have come all over India to contribute in this one open source event, and everyone have come on their own expenses. Many of them are come on own expenses. They are not getting any monetary benefit, but definitely they are going to improve their skills in this CMS. CMS is Content Management System. Okay. And simultaneously, of course, you can boost your portfolio. These are the ways to contribute. The first one is core development, wherein you are giving your contribution to the actual coding. Okay, you can participate in discussions on the WordPress development blog, forums to contribute to this one, and to know what is going on behind the scenes. Okay, then you can write some code. You can. Do I need to stop? Disconnect it, right? Okay. Should I disconnect this? Only one HDMI is there. Sorry for the interference. Only one HDMI is there.
கனெக்ட் பண்ணுறேன்.
Do I need to wait or shall I start? Okay. Okay. So there are many ways to contribute to this WordPress. One of it is core contribution, core development. Sorry, where you can submit some code, you can apply some patch. If there is any mistake in the code, or if you find any error, you can commit it, get it, and suggest a patch for that. Immediately it will not be implemented. It will be taken care of another team who will test whether your patch works or not. Okay. Then plugin and theme development. Just now our previous speaker told about that, how you can use a plugin, use a theme, but how to create that one. If you are a good coder, you can do this one. But if you're not, then also you can contribute. Maybe in the documentation part, maybe in the spelling part. A small contribution will also take this software in a complete full form. Okay. Share your work on official WordPress plugin and theme directories. After you contribute to that one, you have to share these things for approval. Next, support forums. These forums will help people who are finding difficulty. See, if you want to hire a person to service, to give guidance, you have to pay outside, right, for any paid software. Here, if you have any doubt, you put your doubt in the forum. Someone in this world will be answering you live. Okay. And you can also do the same thing by connecting yourself in the forums. Next one is translation. After my session, next speaker is going to demonstrate this one. Then we all together will do some contribution to this part, translation. Hands-on if we do, what happens if we do, that also I will tell you later. Okay. So I am skipping that portion as we are doing it hands-on. Next is documentation. There is lot of documentation present already. Okay, and new themes are coming, new plugins are coming, and new versions of WordPress is launching. Everywhere the documentation has to be updated. Okay, what are the changes? All those things in the release data, it will be there. That we have to put it into the documentation. There also you can help by contributing the changes, by incorporating the changes in the documentation. Next, you can contribute making a tutorial, like how we are doing right now. If I teach you how to do it hands-on, make a video, post it. Where to post? There are some places like learn.wordpress.org. There also you can post your videos. First you post, someone will moderate it, see it, whether it is suitable to post it here, then they will post it there. Then you can write a guide, roadmap, lesson plan, all those things you can contribute to documentation section. Next, community engagement. Community engagement is, see, WordPress have meetup groups. Every now and then they will meet in different localities. Like Bengaluru WordPress meetup group is there. Similarly, there are many meetup groups all over India, all over world. They will meet together, they will discuss, and they will plan for WordCamp. This WordCamp is also planned in a meetup. And this has to happen 3 years back. Due to COVID, it has postponed, and 36 months of effort is there to organize this WordCamp. Everyone contributed virtually, offline, and offline, of course. Then share your experiences. See, one of the speaker is sharing his 15 years of experience. You might have checked your schedule. That means whatever you achieve here, you share it so that somewhere it will motivate someone to contribute, to get into WordPress. Then, of course, this has to be there. You have to familiarize yourself with WordPress. Explore the official website. Instead of talking, doing something, assuming something, you get into WordPress official documentation, read documentation, and understand the platform's features, how it works, where we can use, which part of the WordPress CMS we can make use to our usage. Okay. To do this, we have to set up a local environment like XAMPP, WAMP, and even InstaWP. Then one more local is there. I'm not attached to anyone, but still, you can use so many things. Okay. Why we have to do that one? Because if you are doing something live, if something goes wrong, it may disturb, right? So download a local environment, install WordPress. Just now you have seen, those who attended previous session, there they installed a WordPress instance. On that one, you do all these things. Whatever contribution you want to make, if you want to change some code, all those things, you have to make there. But translation you can do live. So we are going into that one. Now, what next? After hearing all these things, you have to choose an area to contribute, where you are going to contribute, where you fit best. Determine which aspect of WordPress aligns with your skills and interests. Code development, plugin, theme development, support forums, translations, or documentation. Whatever I spoke just now. Where you fit the best. There you start contributing. Maybe one word translation is also, that is enough. 1,000 mile starts with a single step. So I hope everyone will start contributing at least one word today to whichever language you prefer. Okay, I'm not forcing you to do Kannada or something, whichever your mother tongue, you get into that. Our next speaker will show you how to do that. Okay, join the WordPress community, engage in the forums, mailing lists, social media accounts. You might have seen Twitter is full of WCBLR today, correct? If you put hashtag WCBLR, you can see whatever is happening here. If you are drinking a cup of coffee, take a snap, put add filter coffee. Okay, in a syntax manner. That is also, that just to give boost, and the world is watching us. Okay? Then, yeah, thank you for taking selfie. Okay. Now start small and explore the track and GitHub. And these interferences will be there. While you are doing also, sometimes net goes, sometimes power goes. Okay. Yes.
How many hours you give every day to computer?
There is no fixed rule like that. Okay, if you have a mood and you have free time, you contribute whole day. Normally, I do 2 hours.
Every day.
Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time, not only to this part. See, if you are updating the forum using some social media thing also, that is also contribution. You are investing your time.
And how contribution is benefiting your profile? Just as per client perspective.
Okay. See, as she introduced, I'm a teacher. Okay. So a teacher impresses his students by doing something. Correct? If you are not doing, you cannot ask your student to contribute. So I am doing it as a hobby. I started it as a hobby. Somehow I am finding the bliss moment in that one while doing. Yeah, definitely I am not expecting monetary benefit right now. Who knows? This contribution may take me to a place where this will give me monetary benefit. But I started it as a freelancer, as a hobby, like that. Yeah.
Earning model is different and
Yeah, earning mode is salary mode.
what about us? Like we are having clients and
Yes. See, while you have a lot of client, everything, okay. While dealing with the client, you may find some bug, right? That time, if you know the solution, unless you want to make money out of it, you can contribute to WordPress. Okay, you just send a patch, send a piece of code into that, so that someone will get benefited. Maybe in return, your small doubt for which you may have to pay someone to get that one, definitely someone will post on the forum. So it's a win-win situation, mutual. Any other doubts right now? Yeah. Okay.
Once you are starting your contribution, you believe your content will get your pay based on all the channels. So you can also share with your clients.
showcase those badges to my clients.
Yes. Yeah. She is going to do that. Okay, ma'am. Carry on. Hope you understood my slang.
Good morning, everyone. So, how many of you have the experience about the contribution? Okay. Anybody have the experience in Polyglot's channel? No. Okay. We can say that it is the most easiest. We can say that it is the most easiest way to contribute in the WordPress contribute channel. These are the steps for the contributions in Polyglot channel. So first I will share the demo about how to contribute in Polyglot, and then we all will contribute in the Polyglot channel. So first of all, we are required to log in the WordPress.org profile. And so let me share the demo first. Just a minute. It's taking too time.
So mobile internet.
Mobile?
Mobile internet will take time.
Yeah.
You keep on explaining.
Okay. So first of all, we will log in into WordPress.org profile. Then we will go to the Get Involved page, and here we will click on the Polyglots channel for the contribution. Then we will go to the Translate menu from the header. Then we will select any specific language. Here you will find the list down of all the languages. Then click on the contribute translation. So for example, if I would like to contribute in the Hindi language, I will select Hindi and then contribute translation. Here you will find the areas of contribution for the WordPress themes or plugins or patterns, metas, apps, etc. So if you select themes, you will find the list of the themes where you can contribute specific language. If you will select plugins, you will find the list of all the plugins. For example, I would like to contribute on the Forminator plugin. Then I will search Forminator and click on the Translate project. Then here you will find the untranslated strings. So we can translate any strings in Hindi language. Here you will find the original strings. Then open the Google Translate and you can copy that original string and translate specific language and click on the double click to add. So original string is quiz details and you can paste that translated string here. Then click on the suggest. Same way you can copy the another strings and translate in Google Translate. Then paste in the contribution channel. Then click on suggest. That's it. So everybody have a mobile, right? So we can contribute from mobile as well. So let's start today. Our goal is to contribute minimum 5 string and then we will teach to other people so they can also contribute. So we will follow these steps. Everyone, please log in into your WordPress.org profile from your mobile.
wordpress.org. If you have profile, you can.
Then go to the Get Involved page. Everyone are logged in?
Those who have WordPress account, you can directly log in. If not, you just log in through your Google email ID. It will take you to that page. Then you can follow it. Okay. Now everybody thinks contribution is very difficult and all that. This is where
But this is the most easiest way.
.org. It's not .com. Make.wordpress.org. Anybody got into that? Make.wordpress? Okay.
Then go to the Get Involved page from the footer section.
You scroll down to footer section, there Get Involved. You click on it. Everything in a nutshell. You can take a screenshot of this one so that you can try even afterwards, because we are running out of time.
Yeah. Maybe network issue as well.
Yeah. Next speaker is already here.
We actually have a break.
Okay.
Is it working? Okay. Then go click on the polyglots channel. Once you go into the Get Involved.
There is a polyglots block. You click on it. And network issue is you need help. Okay. You get okay. Yes, there.
Then go to the translation menu from the top menu.
Here. No. Here. Yes.
Then select any language and click on the contribute translation.
You select translation. You just get into that place because people are struggling there.
Okay.
You close this one and go to the live page. Polyglots. Polyglots means one who translates into different languages. Poly means many, glots means language. Translate WordPress. There is translate WordPress, right? Then logging into your translation platform. You click on it. There is no menu actually, it's a hyperlink. You have to click on it. Got into it? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, no, whatever way, this one. If you want to translate to your contribution towards a theme, you want to translate a theme, then you select a theme. If you want to translate to WordPress itself, actually one of our attendee is also partnered with me while we translated whole WordPress itself into the Kannada language. Complete CMS into Kannada language. It was long pending. Gautam. That time, contribution day, we translated complete thing. Now you started, no? You just motivate some more people, your friends, play a game like this. I will translate 5, you translate 10. Okay, then definitely you can do in your language. How many of you are non-Kannadigas here? Okay. You have WordPress in your language? It's there. Then your language team is working hard. Okay, in whichever language it is not there, you start contributing, people will start, they will join you. Okay, next up, ma'am. See, here she has selected Hindi, you have selected Hindi. Okay.
Yes.
And I would suggest, if you know the correct meaning, you do that one instead of depending on Google, who is sitting somewhere else and giving your language translation. And whenever you are translating, never ever do word-to-word translation. It should be context-based. Where you are using, what you are using. Complete sentence you read and then translate it. Word-to-word translation is always dangerous.
Then select any plugin or themes.
You got into this place?
Everyone got? Okay. Then click on the untranslated strings for stables or whatever.
See here, there are untranslated and
Which
there are
not
fuzzy.
translated. Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, if you show that,
Wait.
okay. Okay, here. Untranslated are there. In this particular theme, there are 7,423 words are waiting for you to translate. And these are the things, 1,429, somebody has already translated it. Total number of words are in this particular theme, you selected theme?
Yes. No, I have selected plugin.
Okay. In that one, 10,588 words are there, total. Okay, including coding. Some of the things you need not translate because actual syntax will be there. Coding syntax. If you translate that one also, then it will give error.
Here you will find the list down of the original strings. So you can copy that string and paste it on the Google Translate and translate the specific language.
You double click here, then it will show that portion where the actual word is there. You copy it. If you don't know exact meaning, you copy it, paste it somewhere in a translator, Google Translator, Microsoft Translator, whichever translator you want to use, and use our brain. Okay, instead of machine brain, use our brain, whether this translation suits to the context.
So here I will enter my translator string, Hindi.
For
and
example,
I will click on suggest.
There will be content. Content has two meaning, content and content. Correct? That means we can restrict ourselves in one content. Another content is having so much of knowledge, right? So similarly, you see the context where which word is necessary. According to that, you have to. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again translate the another string. I will copy the original string. Will paste in Google Translate. No connection. Network. Okay.
Okay,
paste
there is a copy
again.
button there. You can copy from there. Okay.
Suggest.
Here, suggest will be there. Suggest means once you contribute, it will not be implemented immediately. One global translation editor will be there. He will be watching what you are doing and whether that is suitable or not. If it is everything is okay, that GTE will approve it. And Kannada, two GTEs are there here. Myself and Gautam. I am also GTE for Telugu also. You contribute, if you keep on contributing, you apply for GTE. Okay, WordPress Central will do that one. You show your badges, ma'am. What?
Yes.
Yeah.
So once you contribute
This
more
is
than
her profile.
10 to 15 strings, you will receive the badge from the community in your WordPress profile. So here you will find in my profile, there is a translation contributor badge. Sir,
So wherever you are contributing,
badge.
you will get the badge.
you will receive in our profile. Translation contributor.
Now let me show my badges also. I have one more extra so that it will motivate you. You asked what benefit you will get it. Don't you think it will add to your profile, it will build an extra profile to you? See, same thing here in my login. If I want to do it in Kannada, I can do this like a double click. Here, something is there. Newest product. What is newest product? What can I give for this? Hosa? So, now how to type. She told you how to translate and copy it and paste it. You know something. How to do that? Again, we'll trouble Google man. Okay, so Google input. Google input tools for Kannada. Here you take it, it is easier, you can do it, and if you are doing in mobile, you might have installed your own language also, correct? Ma'am, I'm taking another 5 minutes. Anyhow, you said break, no? They have already taken break. Okay, Hosa. See, I typed in English. You just observe, I typed in English. H-O-S-A, Hosa. Next, there are some suggestions. Whichever suits best, you select that one. Hosa. Vastugalu. What you said? Yes, Vastu will be object. Product. Sometimes you have to transliterate. Instead of doing translation, sometimes you have to do transliteration. How many of you understand, if you know Kannada, Abhyantara, Arakshakatane? Many people will not. Instead, you give police station, everyone will understand. Correct? If I do engineer, everyone will understand. If I say Abhyantara, maybe in Hindi speaking people may know Abhyantar, they use it. Correct? Here, Hosa product galu, I will do like that. Hosa product galu, I have taken, right? Now you copy this and go to that place where we are doing translation. You put it, Control V, then suggest. Okay, it will be suggested. See, something is wrong because there are 2 words, new products. I made it 3 words because I have given one extra space. It is suggesting you are wrong. Okay, just remove that space. Suggest. Again, at the end I have given one extra space. Remove. I have to make some error to make you error free. Correct? When you are doing, if you find error, then you will stop working. So just making you understand, you may get some errors, how to get out of it. Now I'll show this one. See here, see, these are the badges what we get. I told you how you contribute. You can organize a meetup at your place, then you will get a meetup organizer badge. you can, many of you have smartphones, you click whatever you want, exclude people, okay, don't take any private property, then you upload it. That can be used as open source images. Okay. Then translation contribution. Well, now you are a translation contributor if you already submitted one. This is for one who approves it, translation editor. And being a WordCamp organizer, you will get this. If you are in the team of organizing team, you will get WordCamp organizer. Then, as you see, I am speaking here, so I got WordCamp speaker. Okay, I think I made it clear what I wanted to do here. There will be some slang mismatch also. Maybe it will be there everywhere. If there are any doubts, ma'am, please come here. Let us clear some doubts, if they have any doubts. You can raise your hand. Practical problem or theory problem? There are two possibilities. One is no doubt, another one is full of doubt. Okay, how many of you tried, okay, I can do it? How many of you can feel, I can contribute? Okay, my purpose is served. You keep your hands up, someone is taking photo. No, whoever feel, okay, I can contribute, you raise your hand. Now documented. You upload it, he will be a photo contributor. That's all.
I will check the whole stream.
Okay. Social media also, hashtag. Okay, thanks. If I hear that one, then I can move on. Thank you. Shall I disconnect? Huh? Okay. If you are sharing on any social media, tag me also. Mysore? Oh, I studied there only. Oh, sorry, mic is on.
Thank you, everybody. Now we come to the conclusion of this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have a break for 1 hour. We will resume at 12:45.
Thank you. You are thanking me that.
Thank you.
I have written.
Very much no, there is no obligation like that. You have to do it yourself. See, I tried 3 months ago. I told you 2 hours a day. If not regularly, once in a day you sit for practice. Guys, I'm from Chandigarh. You can search for me about Internet right now, and you can add me over there also. Sahil B Security. Sahil B Security. Or you can search for my book WordPress Security Secret Ingredients. Simple name. Sahil B. Sahil B. Thank you. Yes, that's why I've taken that's why you are the speaker and you are sharing your experience. That's very good. Even I'm speaker too. Today I'm here as I just want to see what exactly how people are doing in the WordCamp. Next batch every WordCamp. That's the first one. No. This is the first time it is happening in the and I came from Chandigarh to 10 years first WordCamp. It's my first WordCamp also. Then definitely I will attend Chandigarh. Because it's though it's a Silicon Valley of India, it's the first step and as well as teacher, if you speak is beyond criticism, there is a signing doubts and like sure, definitely. First question will come to you. Next question will come. So you are teaching some issue.
I forgot what M stands for. So in any work together, I mean you can do it, but it's gonna take time. And whenever you work together, I mean you can do it, but it's gonna take time. And whenever you join a new company, oftentimes your first day goes in setting up your dev environment, right? And you want that process to be as repeatable as possible. When I join a company or even just look at any software, I want to jump right into code and see my changes. I don't want to spend a lot of time in a configurational mess primarily. So that's what we're going to talk about. Like, what are the options that we have to set up a local dev environment with WordPress? And so that's just a meme. I'll come back to, we'll go into the different options that we have. I'll come back to this slide, but let's talk about Docker a little bit because it's a very popular choice for local development with any software. Show of hands if anyone has worked with Docker before? Great, yeah. So, yeah, but before we dive into Docker, I want to speak a little bit about command for writing your code and configuration and shipping all of it together. And whenever you want to run I have a MacBook for instance, and if you want to run a Windows machine, I would install a VM Windows machine. I would install a Windows VM on top, right? Many companies use VMs to run their site. They'll probably have set it up in a VM and that they will deploy that on different servers. Now, the thing with VMs is they virtually take a lot of space. You have gigabytes of space which VMs take, and it's like it has its own operating system. And there's a software called hypervisor which lives in between your VM and your host operating system. So let's say I'm running two different applications in two different VMs on a single server. I'll have something called a hypervisor in between, and then there's my host operating system. And the thing with VMs is they take a lot of time to boot up. They are resource intensive, and then containers were developed. Containers are essentially a lightweight environment where you can have all your code, configuration, live in one place. Containers don't have an operating system. They work on top of what is known as an image. And you can essentially run anything from a very simple application processes using containers. Now, coming to Docker, specifically, Docker is a very popular platform when you're developing with containers. It's essentially a platform for that. It depends on the DB service. What this means is, when I try to start this together, Unless the DB service is up, the WordPress service would not come up. So it will wait for it to start. And yeah, let's look at a quick demo of that. The way I bring up my environment is, so the folder structure, you saw that, right? So I have all my plugins live inside this plugins directory, and I have a Docker compose.yaml file. You can have your plugins live anywhere, but it's a personal choice. We'll figure out how to hook in where your plugins live into the container. So I just let me just clean my local state. Okay. Perfect. So all I did was I wrote this command docker compose up, and let's go look at what has happened. So a couple of containers came up. This is my WordPress container, and this is my database. So if I'm going to, coming back to the Docker compose the YAML file really quick. So Docker containers run on top of your host operating system, right? So what about files? By definition, Docker is ephemeral, so it's going to be short-lived. But you don't want, if you have some data, you don't want to lose it, right? Or so, how do you make sure the data persists? So you can use the volumes or folders that you use on your compute on your host system. You can make Docker use them essentially by a process known as mounting. So here, I say that inside the Docker container, in the var www.html folder, that should be mapped to my local WordPress folder. Similarly, var www.html wp-content plugins should be mapped to my local plugins folder. So that's what you use volumes for. And how do you access, these containers that they're living in, they are booted up on top of any machine. How do you access the container, the application running on the container? That's where ports exposing comes in. So here I say that my WordPress website is going to be hosted on the container on the port 80, how it's standard practice. But I'm developing on my local host. I'm going to say on my host machine, give me the WordPress in port 3000. So if I go to localhost 3000, if it worked, yeah. So that's my website. You go to wp-admin. The first time you bring this up, you will have to sort of set up WordPress, like standard installation on local, with the environment variables which we gave here. So let's go look. I'm a plugin developer primarily, so let's go look at so this was the folder. Can you, I think it's a little bit dark. I'll use the GitHub. So this was my folder, and I had all my plugins live in the plugins directory. So if I go in there, I have a very simple Hello World plugin, which looks like this, where I just display the time. Let's see how that works out. Plugins, Hello World. So yeah, it's a very, very bare bones plugin, but if we go edit it, Essentially, yeah. So if I make any changes here, it's going to get reflected here. So I can make, this is one way to develop your WordPress plugins, essentially, Docker. And we use it at work, at Automatic, but it's not a recommended way or anything. It's just one of the many options that you have. And setting up Docker first time on a Windows machine is a little cumbersome, but it's definitely doable. But it's ideally suited on your Ubuntu or Mac OSs. You can do it on Windows as well. So that was Docker. Let's go look at something called WordPress Now. It's a brand new term, WordPress Now. So has anyone heard of WordPress Playground or PHP in the browser? Right. So PHP in the browser is essentially internally built on top of Node, where you can try out your PHP code on the browser. Right. So if I go to WordPress Playground, this is a website. Essentially, it gives you whatever we developed on local. It gives, yeah, it's preparing. While it loads, it's an environment to sort of try out WordPress and PHP on the browser. Now coming to WordPress now, right? I'll just show you the plugin, WP Now. If you're familiar with Node packages, WordPress Now is basically a Node package. It is a way to run WordPress on your local host, right? Just like Docker. But the difference is Docker setup takes could take some time. WordPress Now, it's a very new product. It's still in alpha stages. All you need to run WordPress with WordPress Now is, or rather WP-Now is, you need to install Node.js, NPM. That's all. You are good to go. I'll give you an example. The internet is a little bit slow. Let this page. Oh yeah, it loaded. So you install Node, then you install this particular package. You can do that like this, and then you can go into your plugin directory or theme directory and just type in this command, and then you have a running installation of WordPress in seconds. I'll just demonstrate that. So let me go into the Hello World plugin that I have. I've already installed the package. I'm just going to say so it's that quick, really. If you saw how long I struggled with getting up a Docker environment, I had to explain so much. I'm not saying use this or the other, but this WP Now and other such tools, they're definitely going to be the future for local development, because nobody wants to spend a lot of time, maintaining software, keeping things up to date, etc. You just want to write code. So this is my brand new WordPress site which just came up. We'll just see how you can do plugin development with it. While that loads, there are some restrictions. This is still a very, very new product. It does not run on Windows. And if you use Xdebug, sorry. Yeah.
The WordPress was already installed in that?
So no, it installs on the fly. So what it does is it uses PHP on the web, WordPress Playground underneath.
I'm asking because you went to that plugin that you already installed, Hello World plugin.
Right.
And then you run the command in WP Now.
Yeah.
So I'm just confused that we have to have a WordPress already installed?
No, that's the thing, right? So you don't need anything. Even if you just have a plugin folder or a theme folder, you don't need WordPress. Yeah, you can just have, let's say you are primarily a theme developer. Let's say you have all your theme code in a GitHub repository and you maintain it. You just need that, and then you need Node.js on top of that, and you install this package, WordPress is up in seconds. It's a lot similar to local. We'll see local in a bit.
You can have any plugins downloaded from ORG.
Anything, yeah.
Directly we can go to the, let's say we are having a Hello World plugin we have downloaded in downloads folder.
Right.
I'm just moving to in the command folder, I'm going to the downloads folder and to that
Right.
And directly using that command you showed me, we can
Exactly. Exactly. We can see that even. So let's say I stopped it now. So it was in local. I've stopped it now. So whatever plugin was here. Let me make some other folder called plugins. I'll just copy it manually. If I copied that right, and if I just type in that command, WP now start, we should have a brand new environment there. Let's do it. Yeah, so I went into a new folder, and then you can immediately trial plugins, and particularly when you don't want to install something on your live site, you can boot up a local environment and immediately trial things. And this would definitely become a way to develop plugins fast, because it's still in development. You can just try plugins, things like Xdebug you can't use to debug your PHP code, but all those features would come soon. And there are a bunch of things that you can do. You can say what WordPress version you want to use, what PHP version you want to use, and there is something called blueprints. I haven't played with it myself, but you can check this package out, try it out, and leave some feedback, and I'm sure the people behind it will work on it. Okay, so that was WordPress now. Let's go look at, what did I have next? Local. Yeah, so local is by this company called, I think formerly Flyve, now it's called perhaps WP Engine acquired them. So local, according to their website, is the #1 way to boot up your WordPress sites. So you could go in here, check out, and it's like amazing. It works on different platforms across Windows and Mac and Ubuntu. So what you do is you'll go in here, you'll download the local app, basically, something that looks like this. Hopefully it works. There it is. So WordPress WP now that we saw was a very it's based on a Node.js package, and you do everything in your terminal, which I prefer. But local is a time-tested tool for developing WordPress sites on localhost, and it essentially looks like this. I'm going to say create a new site. Let's give it some name. WordCamp. Bangalore. Just gonna say preferred. Let's just give it some username, password. It takes, I think, probably up to a minute, less than a minute to boot up. Just waiting for it to come up. So most of my, whatever I did with the different environments, it's suited for plugin development, but they can easily be applied for theme development as well. Anyway, this is the site we booted up. Let's go check it out. So your site is up there. We can check out the WP admin area. Username and password again. Let's do that. Right, this is also a very great tool if you want to develop plugins. Now let's go look at the plugin folder. Nothing is in there, right? How do I sort of hook this in? Like with Docker, we mounted our volume. How can we do something similar here? So I want to talk about a little concept called, I'll just stop this from previous process, little concept called symlinks. So I'm on my desktop. Let's say I create a file called text1 or say something.txt. Say hello world. I'm creating something called a symlink. I'll tell you very shortly what it is. Now if I open something copy.txt, the contents of something.txt is replicated. So it's like in Windows we used to create shortcuts, right? It's the exact same thing. So extending the same concept to plugin development here. So to this particular website which we just created, let's find out where the site folder is. So there's nothing in here, which is why we don't see our plugin in here. So what I'm going to delete this. I'm going to get the file path. Okay. I'm going to come back to my terminal. So let's say I go inside my plugin folder. Just grab its link. I can say create a symlink. Local sites, WordCamp Bangalore, app. Public, WP content. Now if I go to that folder, WP content, I see the plugins symlink which we just created. So if I refresh it here, there it is. So this is another tool that you can use to sort of develop your plugins, and nobody told me this. I sort of figured this was the best way for if I'm going to use local and I'm going to use my plugins. This was the way. If you want some advanced options for debugging using Xdebug, etc., you could check out the official documentation on the website. I still very much rubber debug. I put in error log statements all over my PHP code. Not the recommended way, but I'm comfortable with it. But yeah, this works for me, and if it works for you, that'd be great. Sorry, it's ln. Yes, it's essentially creating a shortcut. It's called symlinks. So it's ln and then the destination directory. Sorry, I didn't realize it was all a little blurred. And
we are setting the code local environment.
Yeah.
Like to develop, right? So how will we download the images from there? Actually, images is not our in the PNG or our hosting environment.
The image you're talking about, in this case, it's a JPEG image. Media files, okay. And you want to host those media files on your website. Okay. I didn't explore that, so I don't know the answer to it. So, next one is. I did not explore this, but before Docker came into existence, we spoke a little bit about virtual machines, right? And VVV is essentially called Varying Vagrants Vagrant, and it's a way to develop WordPress, or the old school way to develop WordPress applications on local. And I spent an entire afternoon trying to sort of set it up, get my environment running. I could not, both on Windows or Ubuntu, neither on the Mac. So you can give it a shot. It's a very old school way. If anyone runs here, great. You can, it's another option that we have. But virtual machines, I wouldn't do it myself. So yeah, we spoke about Docker, local, WP Now, and BVV. So yeah, I think that's all I had. Thank you. Any questions?